Hi guys, this is Derek from Pacific Coast Auto here in Japan, and we're looking at our auction purchase of a 2001 Alpina B10 V8. And this is an awesome vehicle because Alpina is one of my favorite manufacturers of all time. And I have to say, actually, this is the second time I've shot this video. I got 3 minutes into shooting it and then made a mistake, and so we have to shoot it again. No, there's no editing that we ever do in these videos, and so when I make a mistake, I either roll with it, which is most of the time, but this one I decided to start it again. So if you don't know what an Alpina is, I'll let you know. But before we get into that, I'm just going to talk about this one. Just over 100,000 kilometers, 2001 E38. And thank you for everybody who was extremely nice in the last E38 video. I called it an E39 multiple times, and everybody was very reasonable about that. Oftentimes when I make a mistake, you get the commenters who are like, you're going to have to go commit suicide because you don't know anything about cars. Thank you everyone for not recommending suicide. It is never the option. Okay, so 4.6 liter engine. This engine is exclusive to the Alpina and was, I guess, commissioned by Alpina. BMW made it. So BMW makes the engine in a special spec for Alpina, and it's kind of weird the way that this works. So this is an actual Alpina manufacturing car. Take a look at this. Has 2 VIN numbers. Very strange. And it has a Alpina badge on it there with the proper number. You'll notice this one is number 88. This one here is number 88, and inside has a plaque for number 88. Now that might be a little bit suspicious at first until you realize the way that Alpina works their magic. And so the way that it works is Alpina told BMW to make this engine on the specs that they wanted. BMW makes the block, sends it to Alpina. Alpina puts it together with special pistons in it. And various other things, and the pistons give it that unique sound to the engine that you might be able to hear. I don't know if you'd be familiar, or if I guess the distortion that the camera's microphone makes is going to make it sound different. I don't know. But anyways, the engine is made by Alpina, sent over to BMW factory. BMW makes the body, but then they're like, wow, this car is just too awesome to make it in our standard factory WBA. And so it's made in factory WAP. If you're a BMW person, you probably know that that's where all the M cars are made, like the M3 and M5 of this era would have been made at the WAP factory. And so the car is then sent to that factory, fitted with the rest of the car, and then it goes back to Alpina, and Alpina goes and installs some of their own special bits on it. So the car goes all over the place in order to be made. These are very exclusive cars, and quickly, engine is good, coolant is good, engine's very fast, but not super duper fast, just very fast. Okay, so let's go over the auction sheet, and then I'll tell you a little bit more about Alpina because they're one of my favorites. I love BMWs, especially of this era, and the Alpinas are even more fun. Okay, so 2001 Alpina B10 V8, and they call this a limousine. They call all of their sedans limousines. I don't know why. 4.6 liter V8. Fun fact, this engine, BMW used this one as the base for the 4.8 liter that's in the X5, but without the cool high performance stuff in it, obviously. Auction grade 4, interior and exterior B, 101, 140 kilometers, automatic transmission. This is an official dealer car, and Alpinas are really popular here in Japan, and the buyers take really good care of them usually. This one probably a little bit less than average, but it also costs less than they usually cost, so you know there's some compromise there. Purchased from user, Alpina blue, and yes, that's a patented official color. You can't get this color with any BMW unless it's an Alpina, and it's a metallic blue, and the car is dirty right now so it's hard to see, but it's nice and shiny and a beautiful color. Original 19-inch wheels. This one stumped me a little bit. I thought that these E38s came with 18s, but apparently this is the original 19-inch wheel. Maybe it was an option. And they are the Alpina 20 spokes, which is on pretty much all of Alpina's cars forever. And then nice blue Alpina calipers with giant disc brakes in there. So, very cool. If this is starting to look like an M5 to you, there's a good reason for that, which I'll talk about later. Black leather seats, seat heaters, digital TV, Ashura radar. I have no idea what that is, sounds aftermarket. From 2002 until 2015, there was full dealer history papers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sheets of that. It comes with a spare key, interior is dirty. seat wear, front glass 1 centimeter rock, 1 centimeter crack. I was supposed to check this before I started this video. Here it is. I don't know how visible that's going to be, but there it is. What else are they going to say? Front pillar rock chips. Couldn't find more than one, and it was minor. I've never seen a reporter or an inspector say that before, so that's really weird. It is on that one, and it's very minor. Okay, steering wheel wear, engine room oil leak. Couldn't find the oil leak, but then again, I don't have a hoist. Headliner 1 part saggy. Very, very mildly saggy. I'm going to give you a quick preview of the interior while I show you that minor sag. It's right up near where the sunroof is. Right here. See that? So I didn't even notice it until I read it on the sheet. Okay, and headlights are cloudy. Yeah, the headlights are terrible, but nice they use the standard 2nd generation headlights with the angel eyes. So either aftermarket or direct from BMW replacements are possible. I'd replace them. They look too far gone to repair them, in my opinion. Various scratches, door mirrors scratch, various scratches and dents. And then here's one of the big problems on this car. P1, P1, P2. So that's paint damage. The P1s are not so bad. They're kind of like unclear paint, which you could bring up with a glass coating. This one here, you probably, I don't know, some professional needs to look at this to give you an idea on what that is. So gasoline from here spilled onto here and ruined the paint. Have a close look. See, it's cloudy there. I'll show you another angle. Right. Okay. Ooh, sunroof. Alright, so let's go once around the vehicle. Here we go. And you can see all of its awesomeness because it looks fantastic with those 19-inch wheels, the blue paint, and the sun's coming out right now to show us that beautiful paint. The pinstriping on the side is typical Alpina pinstriping. They put that on almost all of their cars, but it is a no-cost option to take it off, so some of them don't have it. Alpina badges on the back. You can see that. It says B10 V8. You get a different exhaust. You get lowered suspension. You get to visit JDM tree. Hello. Goodbye. And it has the Alpina front lip spoiler, which is one of the only, I guess, let me just step over this. Wow. Really big cosmetic changes, because it does make a fair amount of difference to the looks on the car with the big wheels and the front lip like that. And so, yes, Alpinas are exclusive cars. This, I think, was up until this time the highest amount of vehicles were made, this B10 V8, and I think they made just under 2,000 of them. And so, basically, what is an Alpina? It's like the M series. This is like an M5, but for people who don't really want an M5. Typically, Alpinas are lower horsepower, but higher torque than the M5 version, and about the same cost, if not a tiny bit more than the M5. You get a whole bunch of differences in the interior, you get a numbered plaque, and you get probably better resale value, but I'm not too sure. These Alpinas typically are about the same cost as an M5 right now. M5s are 400 horsepower for this generation, these are 350, and Alpinas only ever come with automatic transmissions. Okay, so for the interior, let's have a look. It's very much like a BMW with aftermarket parts installed into it. And so we have, starting at the bottom here, Alpina scuff plates on all 4 corners. Alpina steering wheel with shift yourself buttons. The engine is so torquey at such low RPM that it feels much faster than it actually is. The M5 gets its power really high in the RPM band. This one gets it really low. So I'd be like on a track, this will be slower. Everyday driving, this could be a faster car. Alpina blue gauges there, and you can see it says Alpina there in the middle. This one here is the Alpina badge. You could get that on the front instead of the BMW badge. I've seen that on plenty of them. Here's the Alpina mark, which is a blue and green, and you'll see that throughout the vehicle. Like for example, the pedals say Alpina on them. And there's the blue and the green down there on the floor mat. You also get it, hit the camera there, on the headrests there. And what's cool about the headrests is when you look in the rear view mirror here, you get to see your expensive headrests there. It reminds you how cool you are. Okay, hop back in. I did do the shift yourself version while I drove this car. Drives fantastically. I love the 4.4 in the BMW. This 4.6 is just not way better. It's a good step up. Okay, everything seems to work in here. AC is fine, steering is good, shift yourself buttons are fine. Whee! Tilt and telescoping. Nice engine. Brrr. You get to hear more of the Alpina sound when you rev it, and the exhaust makes this car sound awesome. Okay, so we have some wear here. Place for your telephone. I don't know what to put in there. Rocks in here. Looks like it's been smoked in because cigarette lighter has been used. If you take a look here, but not stinky inside. Smells nice actually. Heated seats are here, 3 different levels of them. You get cup holders that I guess they're a little bit weird, but they work for holding cups. You can probably change that to English, but I don't know how. Here's your Alpina plaque up here. Can you see that? BMW Alpina B10 V8 081-1. 088. 088 is the number of the vehicle, so this is the 88th one. I don't know what the -1 means. So maybe somebody who's better than me can tell me, because I'd be very curious to know. Okay, back seats are very back seat like. And before we do that, let's just pop the trunk here. Okay, so this looks like a regular BMW other than the headrests. And look at this, the piping is 2-color, that's cool. Alpina floor mats and pillow for your sleeping daughter. This spoiler, I believe this spoiler is only Alpina, but I might be wrong about that. And so don't tell me to commit suicide in the comments. Okay, custom floor mat, very clean inside here. Tie down straps is standard. And I believe that this trunk is actually either the same as the BMW M5 or different from the other version. The reason why I say that is because it comes with a full-size spare, and these are not small wheels. They're 275 is the stock tire width on them, and so they are giant. So it could be that you have less interior space. I don't really know. I'd like to have one side by side to tell for certain. 275s on the back, 245s on the front, and it doesn't interfere with the steering feel. Steering feels great with these. Usually when you go up size, you start to feel a little bit weird. And they're Michelin Pilot Sports on there. Okay, lovely car. Needs a little bit of paint work in the back there. Oh, there's also a dent on the front that I didn't show, but I did show that in the report. It's right next to the headlight on the left side. You might be able to see it here. It's very minor, but there's a big scratch underneath it. And so I think the Alpinas were a type of car that I didn't pay attention to until I actually got to see them in person and to drive one. They are more special when you actually get a chance to play around with them with your own fingers instead of just see them on the internet. So hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, everybody. Make sure that you leave comments or check out our website or do all that other stuff. But thanks a lot, everybody, for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.